All right, yo, peace. This is Knowledge Born God that I call him. You know what I'm saying? From Solano State Prison. Talked to my sister, my other sister, Jen Renee, and I was talking to her and I was telling her about the program we got here, which is a phallus. We got a religious program activity here. It's also a phallus because they starting to get the picture that the representation of God's and earth is not to be played with or to be pushed aside or anything of that nature. So I presented them with the stipulation agreement that I won in 2021 while I was sitting on death row. I presented Solano State Prison with it, and they began to get our program together. So we've had our second week of Wednesdays, our second Wednesday program. However, I've been through all the religious programming clergymen. I talked to Imam Michael Muslim, excuse me. I talked to the rabbi. I talked to the Catholic chaplain, who's the senior religious person here, and all of them shot me off like I didn't even exist. Like I wasn't even a part of their conversation. You know, they took my stipulation agreement, set it on their desk. I had to go sit through their religious program for 2 or 3 times, like they trying to indoctrinate me or something. So I said, okay, and I went around them. So I got in contact, and I got an audience with the AW, Cross, and Captain Thibodeau, as well as Captain Williams. And they made sure that the community resource manager, Jessica Rice, at the time, got my stipulation agreement and came and talked to me. So at that process, we were building a program for the 5% Nation of Gods and Earth. And the program stipulates that we have 2 honor days in which throughout the year. And so these 2 honor days was guaranteed. They're guaranteed by constitutional law, not no law that where you can just up and give us any. This is constitutional law. This is law that I went to court with 5 attorneys defending CDCR, as well as Lucy Lee defending Rod Bonta, and we began to make a deal with the 5% Nation of God and Earth, myself, as well as the Office of Cultural Management. And so the process the deal consists of the 5% Nation of God and Earth can practice throughout CDCR as under the realm and under the helm of Religious Land Utilities Institutionalized Persons Act. Equal Protection Clause. This Equal Protection Clause gives us the rights to all religious program activity. So, throughout the state of California, this is guaranteed law. They signed it. And so I got here and I presented that to them. So this is our second week of practice. We don't have a clergyman sponsoring us because of the biases that they carry. So we have 2 women, 2 sisters that sponsor us and watch over us by the name of Jay Woods and Miss M. Tompkins. However, they themselves believe that a sponsor is the police. They cannot police our program. They are sponsors. And they're being sponsors. They have no idea or concept what we do. However, I was told by a community resource manager, oh yeah, they studied up on the 5% Nation of Gods and Earth, and they know exactly what we're to do. That's not true. I went there Wednesday, they had us sitting in a corner like we were children. We're not doing that. We pulled the whole thing out, made a cipher inside the chapel, and began to practice according to, our curriculum, according to the Office of Cultural Management, Law School of Mecca curriculum, according to the 5% Nation of Gods and Earth traditions and customs. So I gave them at that point in time a copy that I had already given them called Educational Show and Prove. Allah's Educational Show and Prove. Allah's World Manifest. So with that said, I gave them previously in December our 2 days. February 22nd, Allah's Physical. June 13th, Allah's Educational Show and Prove. I also gave them a stipulation agreement, and I quoted all the laws in which we are supposed to have, and the importance of educational show and prove, in which I gave them Google information where they can Google it. And so I'm going to read just the first page to you so that y'all will know. It says Educational Show and Prove, June 13, 2024, and or the week thereof. The Educational Show and Prove is a day or weekend event where the 5% nation of gods and earth to meet to show and prove through the teachings of Allah that Allah the Father is alive.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
This we show through the education of Allah that Allah the Father is alive, is still alive. This we show through the education He has given us by the nation of gods and earth interpretation of all lessons. Allah the Father told us, in order to see Him, we meet, come together to show and prove. During this most important honor day, members can congregate to display banners, wear crowns, recite our lessons, engage in entertainment through music, fashion, movies, entrepreneurship. We also promote business development through organizational empowerment. All of the 5% NG family, friends, selected outside organizations, entertainers are invited. The 5% Nation of Gods and Earth is the founding pillar of the hip-hop global movement. Thus, hip-hop is a leading contributing factor to our culture. Prominent members of the hip-hop industry come and join us by joining during our global gathering. See Google, Allah's World Manifest Show and Prove 2023, 50th Anniversary Show and Prove. This day, June 13, 2024, and or the weekend thereof is our honor day for food, entertainment, education, as aforementioned. This is the most important day of our days because June 13, 1969, is the day when Allah the Father was physically taken from our nation. Before his departure, however, he reminded us, his 5% nation of gods and earth. To see him, all we need to do is come together. So we do globally by converging on our Mecca, i.e. Harlem, New York, Mecca, or wherever in the world 5%ers may be. And so I passed that on to the supervisors just this Wednesday. I also gave a copy of the whole thing to my counselor to give the AW Cross. I gave this to Community Resource Manager Jessica Rice, as well as her assistant Sherman Jen, previously in December of 2023. And we began to orchestrate a process where we began to practice as a 5% nation of God and earth. Now, I quoted all the laws in the Title 15 and the rules and regulations on this here, and as such, what they have to do. Not what we're asking them to do, but what they have to do, because the constitutional law states that. I say this because right now, there is no television programs for religious programming. There is no television program for religious programming. I was in San Quentin prison, and every prison that I've been in always had religious programs on TV, whether it be Muslim, whether it be Jewish, whether it be Catholic, whether it be Buddhist, whatever it be. They had channels on TV. Solano State Prison does not have not one channel on TV. Not only do they not have one channel on TV, but there is no events for the Catholics, for the Buddhists, for the Al-Islam or whatever, you know what I'm saying, that the outside organization is in participation with here on December 3 AYAR. Now, with that said, I ask that you people, even you religious people, I'm not religious, we don't do religion, but you should always check and know where your constitutional processes and your taxes is going, because this Catholic chaplain, who is the senior religious programming officer here at Solano State Prison, is running amok with your money. There is no events here. None whatsoever. Now, me being a 5% of 5% nation of God and earth, me being a God of 5% nation of God and earth, I am determined and demanding that all my people from the Bay Area and all across the globe contact these people and come in and commune with us, give us the intelligence and the education and entertainment and the understanding so that we can get back to the streets in a civilized fashion. I'm putting together this program, the whole thing. Also, there's a process that we got called eye care, and I got 2 young cats working with me, and they're not certified facilities yet, but they're learning and they're coming. And so, therefore, we are building the program. I request and I ask that all my brothers and sisters in this nation, lawyers, and everyone call here. Talk to Captain A.W. Cross, talk to Captain Bevido, talk to Captain Williams, who's on the A-yard, level 3, BN, A, and B side. Talk to the new community resource manager, because I heard Jessica Rice has been fired. Don't know why. But also, can you talk to the warden, whose name is Jason Schultz. He's an acting warden. So be careful when you talk to these people, because they're shifting, they're movable objects. They're not stationary. They're movable objects. You started to call here one day and talk to Stephen Gobert. Next week, you're talking to Stephen Curry. I just said those as examples. Those are not the people that work here. But that's how movable it is. So be careful. Call in. Make sure that we get some understanding that religious program activity is a constitutional right. And sometimes, just sometimes, people might find themselves in their religion. They might find a way to change their life through their religion. But if they're not practicing their religion, if they're not practicing anything close to it, then you can't blame nobody but the taxes that you pay. I bid y'all peace, love, and understanding. Knowledge born. Peace.